Have you ever walked into someone's home and immediately felt at peace? Not because of the furniture or the decor, but because of the smell? That subtle, comforting scent of lemon, lavender, and something you can't quite name, but it makes you feel like you're wrapped in a warm blanket? That smell, that magic. It wasn't created by a $30 designer candle or a chemical-laden air freshener. It came from wisdom, from tradition, from a woman who knew the secrets, your grandma. Today, we're unlocking 11 timeless secrets your grandma used to keep her home smelling fresh, clean, and full of love forever. And the best part? These aren't just tricks. They're natural, affordable, and safe for your family, your pets, and the planet. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only have a house that smells like heaven, you'll feel like you've stepped into your grandma's kitchen, where every scent tells a story. Why this matters today. We live in a world obsessed with convenience. Spray a can, plug in a diffuser, light a candle. Done. But here's the truth. Most commercial air fresheners are filled with hidden chemicals, phthalates, formaldehyde, synthetic fragrances, linked to headaches, allergies, and even long-term health issues. And yet we crave that fresh, clean scent. We want our homes to feel inviting, safe, and alive. Enter Grandma's wisdom. She didn't need a chemistry degree. She didn't shop at luxury home stores. She used what she had, ingredients from her garden, pantry, and decades of lived experience, to create a home that didn't just look clean, but smelled loved. And today, we're reviving her secrets, one natural trick at a time. But this isn't just a how-to. It's a journey, a return to simplicity, a tribute to the women who raised us with quiet strength and quiet magic. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's step into a world of 11 secrets your grandma knew to keep the house smelling fresh forever. Secret number 1, simmer pots, the heartbeat of a fragrant home. Let's start with the most soul-soothing trick in Grandma's book, the simmer pot. You've probably seen those trendy stovetop potpourri recipes on Pinterest. Citrus peels, cinnamon sticks, cloves. But Grandma didn't do it for Instagram. She did it because it worked, and it made her home feel like a sanctuary. How it works. Fill a small pot with water. Add citrus peels, orange, lemon, grapefruit, a few cinnamon sticks, a handful of cloves, maybe a sprig of rosemary or thyme. Let simmer on low heat for hours. The steam carries the natural essential oils into the air, filling your home with a warm, inviting aroma. But here's the real magic. It's not just about smell. It's about ritual. Sarah, 42, from Vermont. I grew up in a tiny farmhouse. Winters were long, dark, and cold. But every Sunday morning, without fail, my grandma would fill a pot with water, lemon peels, and cinnamon. She'd put it on the back burner and let it simmer all day. I didn't realize it then, but that smell, it was comfort. It was safety. When I moved into my first apartment, I felt so lonely. One snowy night, I tried the simmer pot. As soon as that citrus cinnamon scent filled the room, I burst into tears. It was like she was right there with me. Now I do it every weekend. My kids call it Grandma's hug in a pot. Why it works scientifically. Citrus peels contain limonene, a natural compound that not only smells fresh, but has antimicrobial properties. Cinnamon and cloves contain cinnamaldehyde and eugenol, both natural deodorizers and mood enhancers. Together, they don't just mask odors, they neutralize them. Pro tip, don't let the pot boil dry. Keep an eye on the water level and refill as needed. You can also add vanilla extract, half a teaspoon, for a cozy, bakery-like scent, or swap in apple slices and nutmeg for a fall-inspired aroma. Variations to try. Spring fresh, lemon peels plus mint leaves plus rosemary. Winter warmth, orange peels plus whole cloves plus star anise plus cinnamon. Calm and cozy, apple slices plus cinnamon plus vanilla plus a drop of lavender oil. And here's a bonus. Simmer pots are free if you save your citrus peels instead of tossing them. Just freeze them in a bag until you're ready to use them. Secret number 2, baking soda, the silent odor assassin. Next up, the humble box of baking soda. You probably have one in your fridge right now. But Grandma, she had them everywhere. Under the sink, in the bathroom, in closets, even tucked behind the couch. And not just for baking, for fighting odors. How it works. Baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, is a natural pH neutralizer. It doesn't just cover up smells. It chemically changes the acidic or basic molecules that cause odors, making them neutral and invisible to your nose. Testimony, James, 58, retired teacher from Ohio. My wife thought I was crazy when I started putting open boxes of baking soda in every room. We have air fresheners. She said, but then our dog, Max, had an accident on the carpet. We cleaned it, but the smell lingered. I sprinkled baking soda, let it sit overnight, vacuumed it up, gone. No more dog smell. Now she's the one refilling the boxes. She even puts them in her shoes. Where to place baking soda in your home. Fridge. Keeps food odors from mixing. Replace every 3 months. Shoes and boots. Sprinkle a tablespoon inside overnight to kill foot odor. Closets and drawers. Place in a small mesh bag or open container to absorb mustiness. Trash cans. Line the bottom with a layer to prevent garbage smells. Mattress and upholstery. Sprinkle. Let sit 15 to 30 minutes, then vacuum. Upgrade tip. Make your own scented baking soda. Mix 1 cup baking soda with 10 to 15 drops of essential oil, lavender, lemon, or eucalyptus. Let it dry for a few hours, then use it in carpets or as a natural deodorizer. Bonus hack. Put a small bowl of baking soda in your microwave. Heat a cup of water with lemon juice for 2 minutes. Wipe down. The steam loosens grime. The baking soda absorbs lingering odors. Secret number 3. Vinegar. The smell eraser. That doesn't smell like vinegar. Now, I know what you're thinking. Vinegar? That smells awful. Yes, straight from the bottle. It does. But here's what Grandma knew. Vinegar neutralizes odor so completely, it disappears, leaving only freshness behind. White vinegar is acetic acid, a natural disinfectant and deodorizer. It kills bacteria, mold, and mildew, the real culprits behind bad smells. Testimony, Maria, 67, from Puerto Rico, now in Florida. In my culture, we use vinegar for everything. My abuela would wash the floors with vinegar and water. I hated the smell at first, but within 10 minutes, gone. And the house smelled so clean, like rain after storm. Now I use in my laundry, my drains, even my hair. My daughter laughs, but her husband says our house is the only one that doesn't smell chemical Y. How to use vinegar for a fresh home. All-purpose cleaner, 1 part vinegar, 1 part water. Spray on counters, sinks, and appliances. Add lemon peels for a fresh scent. Drain deodorizer. Pour half a cup baking soda, plus 1 cup vinegar down the drain. Let it foam for 10 minutes, then flush with hot water. Say goodbye to stinky sinks. Microwave cleaner. Heat a bowl of vinegar and water for 3 to 5 minutes. Wipe, grime lifts right off. Laundry booster. Add half a cup vinegar to the rinse cycle. Removes odors, softens clothes, and cuts soap residue. Carpet deodorizer. Mix vinegar and water in a spray bottle. Lightly mist carpets. Test in the corner first. Let dry. Odor gone. Myth busting. No, your house won't smell like pickles. The vinegar smell evaporates completely in minutes, especially when mixed with citrus or essential oils. Pro tip. Use apple cider vinegar for a slightly sweeter base, or add a few drops of tea tree oil for extra antimicrobial power. Secret number 4. Fresh herbs, nature's air fresheners. Grandma didn't just cook with herbs. She lived with them. Fresh rosemary, thyme, mint, and sage weren't just for dinner. They were hanging in bundles by the window, tucked into vases or laid on shelves, releasing their natural fragrance all day long. Testimony, Linda, 71, from Oregon. My mom grew rosemary in clay pots on the windowsill. Every time I brushed past it, the smell would burst into the air like a memory. When she passed, I took cuttings and grew them in my own home. Now, when I walk into my kitchen and catch that herbal scent, I feel her presence. It's not just a plant. It's love. Why herbs work. Plants release volatile organic compounds, VOCs, that have natural antimicrobial and mood-boosting effects. Rosemary contains camphor and cineol, both fresh, invigorating scents. Mint is naturally cooling and uplifting. Sage has been used for centuries in smudging rituals to cleanse the air. How to use fresh herbs. Bouquets. Tie 3 to 5 sprigs together with twine and hang upside down in a dry place. They'll dry slowly and keep scenting the air. Cutting boards. Place fresh herbs like mint or lemon balm on your counter. Crush them slightly to release oils. Stovetop simmer. Add to your simmer pot. See secret number 1. Pantry freshener. Place dried lavender or rosemary in muslin bags and hang in cabinets. Bonus. Herbs are alive. They purify the air, increase humidity, and make you feel connected to nature. Secret number 5. Sunlight, the original disinfectant. Here's a secret so simple, most of us forget it. Sunlight kills odors. Grandma opened the windows every single day, rain or shine. She aired out the beds, fluffed the pillows, and let the sun stream in. Not just for light, for cleansing. Testimony. David, 45, from Colorado. I grew up in a house with no AC. In summer, it got hot, but my grandma would open all the windows at 6 a.m. and let the mountain air rush through. She'd say, "Air out the old, let in the new." I didn't get it then. Now I do the same. My house always smells fresh, not because I clean more, but because I ventilate more. Science behind it. Sunlight, especially UV rays, kills bacteria, mold, and dust mites, the hidden sources of musty smells. Fresh air also reduces indoor pollutants like VOCs from furniture and cleaning products. How to use sunlight. Open windows for at least 15 to 30 minutes daily. Rotate mattresses and flip pillows to sun-dry. Hang blankets, curtains, and rugs outside to air. Use light-colored curtains to maximize natural light. Pro tip. Do this in the morning when outdoor air is cleanest. Secret number 6. Cedar, the natural moth and odor repeller. Ever open an old cedar chest and breathe in that rich, woodsy scent? That's not just nostalgia. That's protection. Cedarwood contains natural oils like cedral that repel moths, ants, and mildew. Grandma used cedar blocks, balls, or chips in closets, drawers, and linen cabinets to keep clothes fresh and curl-free. Testimony. Eleanor, 79, from Maine. My mother made me a cedar hope chest when I got engaged. She said, "It'll keep your linen safe and smelling like the forest." I've passed it down to my granddaughter. Every time she opens it, she says, "It smells like magic." And it does. No mothballs. No plastic. Just wood and time. How to use cedar. Place cedar blocks in drawers and closets. Use cedar balls in garment bags. Rub cedar oil diluted on wooden furniture to refresh scent. Replace every 6 to 12 months as the oils fade. Eco-friendly bonus. Cedar is biodegradable and non-toxic, unlike chemical moth repellents. Secret number 7. Coffee grounds, the unexpected deodorizer. Yes, coffee grounds. After brewing, don't toss them. Grandma saved them and use them to absorb odors, scrub sinks, and even freshen the garden. Testimony. Carlos, 34, barista from Seattle. I work with coffee all day. At home, I used to throw the ground away. Then I remember my abuela would dry them and put them in little bowls around the house. I tried it. I put a bowl in the fridge. Next day, the old milk smell? Gone. Now I use them in my sink scrub and even my face mask. Waste not, want not, and it smells amazing. Uses for used coffee grounds. Fridge deodorizer. Dry grounds. Place in a bowl. Absorb strong food smells. Sink scrub. Mix with soap to scrub sinks and drains. Garden boost. Rich in nitrogen. Great for compost or rose bushes. Hand deodorizer. Rub on hands after cutting garlic or onions. Tip. Dry grounds on a baking sheet before use to prevent mold. Secret number 8. Beeswax candles. Clean, natural light, and scent. Forget paraffin candles. Grandma burned beeswax. Why? Because when beeswax burns, it releases negative ions that bind to dust, mold, and allergens, cleaning the air as it burns. And the scent? Subtle honey, warm, and calming. No synthetic fragrances needed. Testimony. Rachel, 50, holistic healer from New Mexico. I switched to beeswax candles after years of headaches from store-bought ones. Within a week, my sinus issues improved. My daughter has asthma. She can breathe better when we burn beeswax. It's not just a candle. It's air purification with ambience. Benefits of beeswax candles. Burns cleaner than paraffin, no black soot. Long-lasting, up to 3x longer than paraffin. Naturally scented, no added perfumes. Supports beekeepers and sustainable farming. Tip: pair with a simmer pot for a double dose of natural fragrance. Secret number 9. Linen sprays, Grandma's DIY room perfume. No aerosol cans. No mystery ingredients. Grandma made her own linen spray, a light mist she'd spritz on pillows, curtains, and sheets before company came. Simple recipe. 1 cup distilled water. 1 tablespoon vodka, acts as preservative. 10 to 15 drops essential oil, lavender, lemon, or rose. Shake well. Spray lightly. Instant freshness. Testimony: Olivia, 38, from Georgia. My grandma kept a spray bottle in her bedroom labeled Dream Mist. She'd spritz my pillow when I visited. I didn't know it was just water and lavender until I was an adult. Now I make it for my kids. When they smell it, they say, "It feels like love." Custom blends. Calm, lavender plus chamomile. Energize, lemon plus peppermint. Clean, tea tree plus eucalyptus. Store in a dark glass bottle. Lasts 2 to 3 months. Secret number 10. The power of baking. Oven scents at last. Grandma didn't just cook to feed. She cooked to fragrance. Baking bread, cookies, or apple pie wasn't just dessert. It was aromatherapy. The smell of vanilla, cinnamon, and butter didn't just make mouths water. It made hearts happy. Testimony: Thomas, 62, from Kansas. After my wife passed, I didn't cook for months. One day, I found her recipe for cinnamon rolls. I made them. When that smell filled the house, I broke down, but it was good. It was her. Now I bake every Sunday. My neighbors knock and say, "We knew it was your day." Psychology of baking scents. Smell is the most powerful trigger of memory. The scent of baked goods activates the limbic system, the part of the brain tied to emotion and memory. No bake option. Simmer apple peels, cinnamon, and vanilla on the stove. Same effect, 0 effort. Secret number 11. The secret ingredient: love. After all the tips, tricks, and testimonials, the real secret wasn't in the ingredients. It was in the intention. Grandma didn't clean to impress. She cleaned to care. Every simmer pot, every open window, every sprig of rosemary. It was an act of love. Her home didn't just smell fresh. It smelled lived in, loved, safe. Final testimony: Anna, 82, from Pennsylvania. People ask me how I keep my house. So nice. I tell them, I talk to my home. I say thank you to the floors, the stove, the walls. I believe a house knows when it's loved. And when you love it, it smells like peace. These 11 secrets aren't just about smell. They're about slowing down, about remembering, about bringing warmth back into our lives. You don't need expensive products. You don't need perfection. You just need a little wisdom and a lot of heart. So go ahead, open a window, simmer some citrus, light a beeswax candle, and let your home tell a story. Because the best smell in the world, it's not lemon or lavender. It's love. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who misses their grandma. Comment below. What's the first smell you remember from your childhood home?